Hello and welcome back, guys, to Master English Hub Podcast. It's your host, Adam, with you again. And I've got Eve with me today. You know Eve. I still remember when I first heard that adults say over 16,000 words a day. It blew my mind. And then I imagined having to do all that talking not in my own language, but in English. No wonder so many learners feel overwhelmed.
That number really puts things into perspective. It's wild because most learners think they need to memorize every word before they can speak up, but I've seen time and again that the key is just starting those real conversations, even if you're nervous or make mistakes.
Totally. I mean, who hasn't blanked out when someone casually asks, "How was your weekend?" The truth is, it's not about perfection or knowing every single word. It's about building confidence through practice, especially with the kind of phrases you'll actually use day to day.
And what's great is, real-life conversations actually teach you so much more than just vocabulary. You pick up the rhythm, the tone, all those little things you'd never find in a textbook. It makes English feel less like a puzzle and more like a living thing you can interact with.
Speaking of interactions, I've heard from so many listeners about their biggest struggles, like being afraid of messing up or totally forgetting words when it matters. It's such a universal experience among learners.
I hear those stories all the time too. What surprises me is even native speakers make mistakes or lose their words. The real difference is they just keep going. I always tell learners, a small mistake is way less important than your willingness to join the conversation.
Exactly. And the speed of real conversation can feel like you're on a roller coaster. But you don't need to catch every word, just focus on the main ideas. And honestly, asking for clarification isn't something to be embarrassed about. It's totally normal.
Funny you say that. Last week a student told me they finally asked, "Could you repeat that?" at work, and instead of anyone judging them, the whole room slowed down. Sometimes just showing you want to understand opens up real connections.
That actually reminds me of how powerful it is to practice with real situations. Like ordering coffee might seem small, but it's a perfect confidence booster. You get to use polite phrases, see quick reactions, and it's low risk.
Yes, and those moments add up whether you're chatting about the weather with a coworker or asking for help in a meeting. Each interaction gives you tools you can use next time. Plus, real life isn't scripted, so you learn to adapt.
I love that point about adapting. Sometimes people worry they need to be perfectly prepared, but it's those unscripted moments, like when your friend mentions being stuck in traffic and you follow up, that make conversations memorable and real.
And honestly, the workplace is a goldmine for practice too. Just saying, "Let me gather my thoughts," or "Could you clarify what you meant?" shows confidence. You're not expected to have all the answers instantly, and being thoughtful is actually respected.
Let's walk through a quick real-life example. Picture yourself at a busy cafe. "Hi, do you have a table for two?" And then the server responds. You pick where to sit, maybe ask for the menu. It's basic, but powerful.
What stands out to me is how simple and polite the language is. There's no need for fancy grammar. Just being clear, saying please, and keeping your requests short does the trick. I always tell my students, kindness and clarity go a long way.
Right. And notice how positive the tone is, "Sure thing," or "Great." Those little affirmations make the whole interaction smoother, even if you're just ordering coffee. It's reassuring to realize how much you can accomplish with just a handful of phrases. So if someone's listening and thinking, "But I don't live in an English-speaking country, how do I practice?" There are tons of options. Shadowing, for example, is so underrated. Just repeating what you hear out loud, copying the intonation, helps build muscle memory.
Absolutely, and language exchange apps are fantastic for this. You get to meet people who want to learn your language too, so it's a win-win. Even role-playing at home or keeping a journal of useful phrases can make a big difference over time.
I totally agree. And watching short clips from shows or YouTube pausing, repeating lines has helped so many learners get comfortable with real speech. The key is consistency, not perfection. Just 5 or 10 minutes a day adds up.
And collecting those building block phrases like, I'm running a bit late, or let me check and get back to you, makes speaking feel way more natural. You don't always need new words, just new ways to use the ones you already know.
Another thing that people sometimes forget is how much tone matters in English. Saying, give me the menu just sounds totally different from, could I see the menu, please? Even though the message is the same.
That's such a good point. Intonation changes so much too, like when you say, really? With a rising tone versus flat. The first sounds surprised or curious, the second almost uninterested. It's those subtleties that make conversations feel truly authentic.
Exactly, and it's something you pick up over time by listening, watching movies, or just paying attention to how people actually talk. No one expects you to master it right away, but starting to notice it is a huge first step. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind everyone, you don't need to be perfect. Real-life conversations are the fastest way to improve, and every stumble is really just a step forward.
I couldn't agree more. Every fluent speaker once felt exactly like you do, nervous, sometimes blanking out or mixing up words. What matters most is showing up and giving yourself permission to try. That's how you grow.
And hey, if you've ever had a funny or awkward English moment, maybe you asked for chicken soup by mistake, share it. Your story can inspire someone else who's struggling.
Plus, hearing how others have navigated those moments is the best motivation. So if today's episode helped you, share it with a friend, subscribe, and remember, every conversation is a chance to connect, learn, and feel just a little more confident.